So first video on the channel. Today I'm gonna attempt to do the front brakes on the TT. They're definitely due. It's been squeaking. As you can see, they're quite worn in there. They're lipped badly, but they have been squeaking every time I brake. I don't like all the looks you get when that happens, so cracking those. I've got to go get the tools together from down the driveway and then get started. You know, if you can see, there's the jacking point. So I've got this little rubber mount for that, because the Germans have to make everything hard, but we'll chuck the jack under and get cracking. I'll just put it under the rear jacking point. Well, I think it's the jacking point for if you are lifting at 4 points the whole car, but it's just a backup, so it's not too big of a deal, but that's where I put it under, just in case. Alright, wheel off. Easy. Good tread still on the fronts, the rear's not so much. Should probably put this under the car just in case, but it is too heavy, so just roll it. I mean, not too heavy, too fat to go under the car, these wheels. So retainer clip out first. So just pry it off. Oh. I don't know if I got that on camera. That went flying, and it is absolutely filthy, as are the rest of the brakes. Alright, next up is, got to get these guide pin rubber dust boots off. So take these rubber caps off. There's one. There we go, number dos. That one's off as well. Next is removing the guide pins, which are behind the dust caps, which we just took off. So look back there, one in there and one up there, so 7mm hex bits to take those out. The rest just do by hand. Calipers don't come off without taking off the I don't know what the official term is, the brake pad holder. So you actually could just take it all off in one piece. I think would be easier. So that's what I'm gonna attempt now. So there's this one I've just put the socket on, 21, number 1, and number 2 will be down the bottom somewhere. There it is. So I've put a jack stand under this metal aluminum block that holds the controller. I've read a few other people on the forums do that. You have to sort of release a bit of pressure on the piston, so what I did was just hammered a screwdriver in there. Since I'm replacing the pads and the rotor anyway, doesn't really matter. I will try to pull off the caliper. Still, there we go. Finally. There we go. Okay, there we go. Just hanging it there. One hook on the back, one on the front. Pads here. They've got a little bit of life left, but I'll just change them out anyway. The other pad is here. Torque's there, so that's the retaining bolt. So you take that out. It is a T30 from memory. So yeah, I'm fucking not too happy, but I've just sprayed it with some CRC. I'm just smashing the shit out of it with the towel on just to limit the noise for the neighbors. It is starting to come off. Like I can see a bit of a gap which wasn't there before, so I'll just keep cracking on and hope it comes off, man, because this is fucked. Wasn't recording, but all you need is just one really big hammer and one big whack. So that's the one I used, and that's like a fairly big hammer for comparison. And just whack it as hard as you can, and it is off. So now I gotta hit it with brake cleaner because I sprayed so much lubricant on there. Compress the caliper and then chuck the pads and rotor on. Also remember to make sure your brake fluid's not gonna overflow when you're compressing the as my airbox has come off. This car's falling apart. Make sure the brake fluid's not gonna overflow when you compress the piston in. Can sometimes it will raise the level of brake fluid, but if it's been topped up, then it will likely overflow, so just keep an eye on that. Managed to thread the brake caliper spreader through, so that is done. Let's hope these fit now. I'll give it a shot and we'll see. So the ones with the sensor are for the passenger side. There's no sensor on this side, so you can put these ones aside for now because we are doing the driver's side. And I forgot to hit this with grease behind, but you should grease this so it doesn't get seized like it was. These I will grease. I don't really have time to clean these off properly, but ideally wire brush between here, all these corners, and also on the caliper as well. Should just wire brush off all the corrosion and stuff, but they're not too bad, just brake dust mostly, so I'll just chuck some lube on there, should be alright. I've just put a little dab of lube in each corner, and brake pads can go in. I'll unhook the caliper and try to slide it on if the brake pads want to stay in place. Yeah, just like that. And I should have hit this with some brake cleaner, but I didn't really touch the rotors too much. A little bit of extra lube there, you can see, very bright blue. I'll probably paint these brakes at some point as well. Next 21 mil back in. Next, guide pins. Guide pins back in. You can lube these up as well. But yeah, just a bit on that. Obviously I'm gonna hit it with some brake cleaner just because I've touched a few spots. But besides that, it's done. Might get rid of some of this extra grease. Just rub that in, don't want it really coming off. Yeah, hit the disc with some brake cleaner where I have touched it. But otherwise, besides that, done. Wheel on, jack off, and side skirt back on too, I guess. Okay, that is on. Hold that in place. Grab the lug nuts. And nice little sunset. And the rest will be happening tomorrow. Oh my God, I thought I had a monobrow because of all the dirt on my face. But the rest will be happening tomorrow. So, wow, it does look like I have a monobrow. Anyway, that's it for now. See you tomorrow.